Okay, imagine this scene for a second. It's a perfectly nice autumn afternoon. Sunny, you hear an ice cream truck somewhere nearby. You see people walking dogs, teenagers glued to their phones. You know, the usual, everyone seems connected.
Right, just completely ordinary. Until it isn't.
Exactly. Then, bang, October 1st, 3:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, everything just shatters. That's the moment they called the pulse.
And it's catastrophic. I mean, the documents we looked at make it clear. Whatever this pulse actually was,
Yeah.
it happened so fast, so completely, that almost anyone who might have understood it scientifically was, well, gone.
Yeah.
Within hours, they were either dead or totally insane.
So the pulse might not even be the right word technically, but the effect, instantaneous and horrifying.
Undeniably.
So for this deep dive, we've gathered these accounts, these documents from a few survivors tracking the immediate fallout. And our mission really is to pull out the key insights for you. How does society just completely unravel? How does human behavior twist under that kind of pressure?
And maybe the creepiest part, how does this terrifying new kind of consciousness start to emerge?
Yeah, we want to give you those aha moments, those details that stick with you, but without drowning you in information. Okay, so let's dive into that first moment. We start with Clayton Riddell. He's a graphic novelist, actually feeling pretty good, just landed a book deal.
Right. He's in Boston, just bought a gift for his wife, a glass paperweight. It's supposed to be a nice, normal moment.
Can you kind of paint that scene right before it all goes wrong?
Well, it's just a typical Boston street,
Yeah.
Boylston Street. You've got kids, someone walking a poodle, teens with their iPods, the ice cream truck. And key thing is everyone, like everyone, is on a cell phone. These things are just part of them,
Yeah.
like an extra limb.
And then that very connection becomes the trigger.
Instantly.
Oh.
Horrifyingly.
Yeah, the descriptions are just grotesque. In Boston Commons, some guy in a suit suddenly starts chewing on a dog's ear. And nearby, a woman in a power suit, mid-phone call, she just blanks out, and then this teenage girl attacks her, just using her teeth. Kills her.
And it's happening everywhere at once. Alarms start blaring. There's this duck boat that crashes into a store. People are screaming, running, crashing into each other. Pure chaos.
But it's a specific kind of chaos, isn't it?
That's what Clayton figures out, like, incredibly quickly. It hits him. This is linked to the phones. He sees a shattered phone, peppermint-colored, right near that girl.
Right. And someone else, this guy Tom McCourt, points out there are no guns, no bombs. It's not like a typical attack.
Which makes it almost scarier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This vulnerability we didn't even know we had baked into the tech we rely on.
And for Clayton, it gets personal fast. His
Right.
wife, Sharon, she doesn't have a cell. But his son, Johnny, he does.
That's the gut punch right there.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's not just watching the world end. It's about his own kid.
In the middle of all this madness, he bumps into Tom McCourt, who seems surprisingly level-headed.
The voice of reason, yeah.
And then Alice, this teenager, blood on her dress, she tells him she had to use karate on her own mother in a taxi right after the pulse hit.
Just brutal.
Yeah.
And even the hotel clerk they meet, Mr. Riccardi, he's in shock. But he tells him about weird phone calls, seeing a naked guy carrying what looked like a naked kid, or maybe a doll.
Yeah.
Just bizarre, disturbing flashes.
So let's unpack that bit. Normalcy didn't just break. It, exploded into this baffling, unpredictable horror that no one could even begin to process.
Exactly. Utterly incomprehensible violence, seemingly triggered by the most mundane devices.
Right. And as Clayton, Tom, and Alice get out of Boston, they see something else. The roads are just littered with busted cell phones.
Like people instinctively knew, or just smashed them in rage or fear.
Maybe both. It's a snark visual, though. They watch Boston burning from a bridge.
The Mystic River Bridge, yeah. But the horror they left behind, it's not staying static, is it? It's changing.
No, it's evolving. That's the next terrifying discovery. The initial, mindless rage starts to shift into something else.
Tell us about George the mechanic. Okay, so they find this guy, George, in Tom's backyard. He's just calmly eating a raw pumpkin, using a wheelbarrow wheel like a tool. He's not attacking them.
So for a second, you might think, okay, maybe this is just survival, a weird new normal.
You might. But then an old man tries to use the wheelbarrow. And George, very calmly, no rage, just twists the old man's neck, snaps it.
Whoa!
And the woman who's with George, she barely reacts. It's cold, calculated. Makes Clay think of that old painting, The Peaceable Kingdom, but like a twisted version. Not anymore, he
It
thinks.
isn't random anymore.
Not at all. And Alice, the teenager, she sees it too. She comes up with this theory, the flock mind.
Like birds.
Exactly. Moving together, not attacking each other anymore. It suggests, well, some kind of collective consciousness taking over.
That's incredibly chilling. That shift from just like individual zombies to something coordinated.
And it gets worse. They start recognizing people they know in these flocks. The guy from the local bakery, someone from the bank, even a neighbor's pregnant daughter-in-law. They're all part of it now.
So it's not an infection in the traditional sense, maybe? It's like their minds are being overwritten, joined together.
That's what it looks like. This flock mind idea becomes crucial. It's not just mindless violence. It's potentially a new, unified, maybe even strategic entity forming. And there are thousands of them moving east, very deliberately, including kids.
A migration. Oh, man.
It's a huge leap from chaos to order, a terrifying kind of order.
And the nighttime rituals, that adds another layer of freaky.
Definitely. They find these huge groups, the phone-crazies, gathering at night on this place, Tunny Field, lying packed together like sardines.
Eyes open.
Eyes open, just lying there, listening to music blasted over loudspeakers. Weird mix, too. Debbie Boone, Lawrence Welk, Mozart, Vivaldi.
What's the theory there? What are they doing?
One of the survivors they meet, Headmaster Ardai, he thinks they're rebooting, like a computer system.
Rebooting.
Or maybe transmitting something.
Oh, signal.
Maybe telepathically. He says it's like a new skill they picked up since the pulse.
Telepathy. Okay, so now we're talking about psychic powers developing on top of everything else.
It implies a huge shift, right? From just being affected to being actively organized, intelligent, maybe even communicating in ways we can't grasp. Changes the whole threat level.
So the survivors, they decide they have to fight back. They need weapons.
Yeah, they raid this house, the Nickerson place, looking for guns. It's a pretty grim scene inside, as you can imagine.
And their plan, it's big.
Very big. They have these propane trucks, powerful ammo, and they target a huge flock gathered at a place called Gayton Academy. They plan to just wipe them out.
And the explosion works.
Oh, it works. Huge detonation. For a moment, it's victory. Alice is yelling, "They're dead, they're gone, they're crispy." But Clay feels this dawning horror. He says, "I think we made a mistake." Because then they hear it.
You're right.
This sound, like a cry of agony, but from a single entity. As if the entire flock, even burning alive, was one being.
Oh.
Yeah. That's where it gets really interesting. You know, it's not just collective intelligence. It's like a single unified consciousness that feels pain as one. That realization that changes everything again. What does individuality even mean now?
Okay, so this collective mind, this entity, it's not just reacting anymore. It starts giving directions, doesn't it?
Yeah, this weird message starts showing up everywhere. Scrawled on roads, mailboxes. Kashwan Nofo.
Kashwak equals Nofo. What does that even mean?
They figure it out. Kashwak is a place, and Nofo means no phone signal, a dead zone. So it's basically pointing towards a safe zone, supposedly free from the pulse's reach.
A beacon of hope or a trap.
Well, that's the question. But what's really interesting is how it immediately divides the survivors.
How so?
They run into other groups, normies they call them, who are terrified of Clay's group. They call them the Gayton Bunch because of the Academy explosion.
So they're outcasts now.
Pretty much. These normies have this, like, pragmatic but chilling attitude. The phone people say they'll leave us alone if we leave them alone. And if we leave you guys alone, too.
Wow. So basically throwing them to the wolves to save themselves.
It shows the desperate need to create some kind of order, even a morally compromised one. Turning on each other to survive.
Meanwhile, the phone people, they're not just writing messages on walls. They're getting inside people's heads.
Right. The sleepograms. That's what the survivors call them. These telepathic dreams or visions sent directly into their minds.
And there's a central figure in these dreams.
Yeah, this phoner they start calling the Raggedy Man. He seems to be the leader, or maybe the main transmitter. He delivers warnings, commands directly into their thoughts. Purely malevolent figure.
What kind of commands?
Chilling stuff.
Yeah.
Like the message is clear. The phoners are in charge now. They have the power, and normies have to obey. And flock killers, meaning Clay's group, they are not forgiven.
And this power isn't just psychological. It manifests physically, too.
Oh, yeah. Demonstrably. One of their group, Ray, he's just compelled to kill himself. The telepathic command is almost casual. That's no fucking way to live. And he just does it.
Jesus.
And weapons. They can't even hold on to them. Not because someone takes them, but because the phone people project this unbearable mental itch. It forces them to just drop their guns.
They can control them physically through their minds.
It seems like it. And then there's the levitation.
Levitation?
Yeah.
Seriously?
They see phone people just floating, sometimes a few inches off the ground, sometimes like 15 feet up in an arc. Tom makes this dark joke about levitating telepaths with Tourette's syndrome, which kind of captures the sheer bizarre horror of it.
Okay, so they're being guided or herded towards Kashwak. What is this place?
Kachwakamak Hall. It's part of this big fairground, the Northern Counties Expo. But now it's filled with thousands upon thousands of phone people.
And what's it like there?
Overwhelming. Clay describes the smell. He thinks it's the smell of telepathy, whatever that means.
And sound. You mentioned music before.
Yeah, Pechabel's Canon in D is playing. Constantly. Like it's the only memory they have left, or maybe the only one they're allowed. It's described as all they have.
And at night? Same ritual.
Same ritual, but massive scale. The whole flock kneels, then lies down, totally synchronized. As one, the text says, like bedtime for the whole brain-damaged army.
It really forces that question again. What is this thing? What does it want? It's organized, it's vengeful, it's building something.
It feels like it's cultivating itself, maybe, evolving towards some goal.
So Clay has another plan, an even crazier one, maybe.
Totally audacious. He's got this old Motorola phone, one that shouldn't work in the no-fo zone.
Right, Kashwak's supposed to be dead air.
Exactly. But Clay has this hunch, this secret he thinks the Raggedy Man doesn't know. He plans to use that old phone to detonate the explosives left on Ray's bus right in the middle of the Kashwak flock.
A suicide mission.
It seems like it. He dials the number.
And it works. Even in the dead zone.
It works. Massive explosion. Devastating. And again, that sound, that single unified cry of agony from the whole burning flock. Proof, again, that it's one entity they're fighting. So after Kashwak, after that massive, seemingly successful attack, the focus really shifts back to the personal. For Clay, it's all about finding his son, Johnny.
He's still holding on to that hope.
Relentlessly. But it leads to more tragedy first. He finds Johnny's friend, George Gendron, dead. It just hammers home the cost, you know, the irreversible damage.
And then he finds Johnny, but it's not the reunion he hoped for, is it?
Not even close. He finds Johnny, but Johnny is... Well, the text calls him a new thing. He's not like the other phoners, the flockers.
How is he different?
He's incredibly thin. His eyes are vacant. He doesn't respond. He hides under the bed. And every single night, for exactly 15 minutes, he just screams.
Scream!
But it's not just a normal scream. Clay hears it amplified right inside his own head. It's described as quite the opposite of previous phoner behavior.
So not part of the flock, but damaged, transformed in a different way.
Exactly. A unique, horrifying outcome of the pulse. It's not just infection anymore. It's like a fundamental rewriting of who he is.
This is where the source material kind of hints at bigger ideas, right? Like the author, Stephen King, famously doesn't own a cell phone himself.
Right, which is ironic given he wrote this story about cell phones basically ending the world. It makes you think about our own relationship with technology.
And there's mention of Robin Firth's research, something about the human psyche.
Yeah, it suggests the pulse might be tapping into something deeper, something latent in us, beyond just the tech, like a vulnerability in our very consciousness or connection to each other.
And that detail about FEMA not funding backup generators for cell towers.
It's a small detail, but it highlights how fragile that infrastructure we take for granted really is.
Yeah.
How easily it could fail, or in this case, be turned against us.
So Clay's faced with this impossible situation with Johnny. His son isn't getting better.
No. He's stuck in this horrifying loop. Clay realizes he has a choice. Just live with this broken version of his son. Or try something drastic, stick with what he had, or try to make a change while there was still time.
And he chooses to act. This is the really provocative ending.
It really is. He takes out that old Motorola phone again, the one that worked at Kashwak. He dials a 3-digit number, something he knows, something maybe the Raggedy Man doesn't know.
And he holds it to Johnny's ear.
Holds it to Johnny's ear. And Johnny wakes up. The text doesn't explicitly say what happens next, but the implication is huge.
Like a reboot, a conversion, saving him or pushing him fully into whatever the phone world is.
Exactly. Is it a save to system, integrating him? Or is it somehow erasing the damage? Or is it something else? It's terrifyingly ambiguous. A choice about what human even means anymore.
The indications are just massive, aren't they? This potential new species of human, and the choices the survivors have to make. Choices that seem impossible.
Yeah, and remember, the story emphasizes that the scientists who could have explained this are gone, dead or insane. So all that's left is this raw experience, this desperate, morally gray struggle for survival and understanding. #tag outro.
Wow. So our deep dive into this post-pulse world, It's shown us human consciousness twisted into something terrifyingly new, hasn't it? The lines between sane and, well, whatever the phone people are, just completely blurred.
Yeah, from that instant chaos to this coordinated telepathic entity, it pushes humanity right to the edge and maybe over it. Shows our deep vulnerabilities, but also this strange, desperate ability to adapt, even in horrifying ways.
But so many questions are left hanging for you, the listener. Like, what does justice even mean to that raggedy man and his flock?
And Clay's final act with Johnny, was that love? Was it surrender? Was he saving his son or condemning him to become part of this new alien evolution?
In a world where thoughts aren't private, where a collective mind can literally move things and command you, what does being human even signify?
If they can read your mind, like the story suggests, what secrets are actually safe anymore? It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Definitely something to consider, maybe, about our own connections, our own reliance on technology, and what holds us together, or what might tear us apart. Something to mull over next time your phone rings.